Are you a misfit? Usually entrepreneurs or someone who rebels against the system are usually a misfit. But this is one of the coolest thing I ever done for my YouTube channel because it's like I grew up with this, man. But I mean, usually, of course, all the interview that I have done so far and book reviews, I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, there are things that I want to bring, who I want to bring on my YouTube channel. That's a different story because I'm not like everybody else because I'm very curious by nature. I can bring a whole list of people that not even in the self-help genre into uh, uh, they will be converted. I'm telling you, I will convert them into self-help, personal development. Whether they're martial artists, whether they're actor, celebrities, or artists, I will convert them into self-help junkie. Let's go. All right. All right, this is pretty cool. The only reason why I like this type of thing is whether if you're an American, right? Whether you were born in America and you never heard of this type before, or unless you love martial arts and you know about this character that I will be talking about in this audio, or you are Asian. Usually, Asian people know about this character unless you never know about this fictional character, because a lot of Vietnamese, Chinese people, and other people know about this character, and I think also Japanese people because Japanese people know about the Monkey King. Oh, I just say it, the Monkey King. All right, so I call it the Monkey King principle, right? And I love it when in the movie he said, "The great sage equal to heaven." So, what is the Monkey King principle? Well, but I want to give you a background a little bit into who is this Monkey King and what does have to do. He could be more powerful than Superman. Now all the Superman fans gonna be like, no, he's not more powerful than, no, Monkey King is not more powerful than Superman. Hey, he could be, man. He could be. I mean, if he defy heaven and hell, and he freaking destroy the hell and heaven, I don't know, man. He's Well, actually, he's not more powerful than Buddha. Buddha just freaking trap him into a fucking mountain. I don't know, man. I mean, anyway. So who is the Monkey King? Sun WuKong is known as the Monkey King. Is a figure of featuring body of legends. He could be traced back to the Song Dynasty, appeared 16th century Chinese classical novel Journey to the West. He's a monkey that was born in the stone or magical stone of mountains of flowers and fruit, which was played by it's called Forbidden Kingdom, if you have not watched it, by Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, in that movie, he did like the drunken boxing, while Jet Li was a monk. But technically, he was a Monkey King. But I wish they did the movie really good to the original story. But it's okay, I like it. And he acquires supernatural power through the Taoist principle. So it's talk about he after rebelling against heaven, he began imprisoned under a mountain by Buddha. Now, the Monkey King is portrayed by a lot of Chinese martial artists like Stephen Chow. Stephen Chow, there was a romantic. Oh, it's so sad, that movie, man. I think it's called the Odyssey. I can't remember, but it was so sad. Like, the Monkey King fell in love with this girl, or I don't know what happened, but um, I guess his heart didn't fell in love with her, whatever. But it was so sad. So, but also the Monkey King is also portrayed in Son Goku. Son Goku or Dragon Ball Z is in there. Um, the oh, Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball, Goku, the Kid Goku. You know, Kid Goku had the flying Nimbus, and he had the Genju, whatever that staff is, and it can stretch for very long. Well, that's in there, and that's why in the Monkey King, they do have the flying clouds, and where in the Monkey King they have the very uh, huge staff was in the sea that he gotten because he bullied the dragons and what they say in the Wikipedia. So what's this have to do with us as a person? Because for me, the Monkey King represent he's a troublemaker, right? He don't care about your feelings. Well, he got a lot of respect from heavens. Like he destroyed the J Emperor heaven. Okay, he freaking destroyed. Like man, he don't even listen to anybody. He's like this character. Like he's like "Psh, whatever. Like because basically they they put him into like a very low class, like in heaven, right? They put him in low class, whatever deity I don't remember. Like, and he wanted to be powerful, you know, as I don't know if it's equal, but he wanted to be powerful, but he didn't like that, and I forgot what happened. So he start fighting with heavenly figures and warriors. So he stand up to that, and also he went to hell, or I guess in many various. I guess there was one show that he went. I guess he astral projected out of his body, and he went into hell. Right, and he saw his name on the list, and what ended up happening, I guess he didn't like that. He crossed his name and he threw his name out now, he got the whole hell, and like Satan or hell or like was afraid of him. Now over the years, as he got trapped by Buddha, because he was really a troublemaker. So he have to lead, this guy named Tripitacus, or the monk, to I guess to get the scroll and journey to the west. And of course, along the journey, demons want to eat the monk, and like the Monkey King get furious sometime because he can see what the monk and the pig and all the people can't see, because sometimes the demon portray as human being and try to lure the monk into eating the monk, right? And the Monkey King has this special ability, like he developed that through I don't know how he developed that, because he was trapped before everything happened, when he got in trouble by the J Emperor or Buddha. He was trapped. Well, he did get in trouble, but he was trapped by I don't know who, I forgot who, but he trapped into they call it the I think that he got trapped by a tap, but it was really fiery, and he got but it didn't kill him because he was immortal. So I guess he developed this eyes that he can, or smoke. I don't know, but he can see which are human or which is demon, and sometimes the monk, um, when he hit whatever it was it's a demon in disguise of a human. He killed him, but the monk didn't see that, because the Monkey King can see through the human body if there's a demon, but the monk can't see that. But the Monkey King was protecting the monk. Anyway, so what's this have to do with you and I? Well, the Monkey King is a misfit, and he got respected by the heavens, the seas, the deity, the gods of all. He's respected and well known from the sea, the god of the seas or dragons, whatever, and heaven and hell. He got it everywhere. And what that mean to our life is, even though, and now he also have it tough, like he have it tough, right? Even though he's all powerful and almighty, he have it tough. So I call it unstoppable, right? Even though sometimes when we feel like things aren't going our way, or things that we get off course, and we have tribulations and drama, and the not drama. You want things happen, but it doesn't happen. So we like when things become like that, we have to move forward in that direction, even though people think that you're crazy, even though people don't understand what you're trying to do uh, for this earth. So, but I like the way that the Monkey King portrayed because he's a misfit. He's a troublemaker. He caused trouble. Like I want, what I'm trying to do is recreate something that it's like, for example, the self-help genre, self-help industry, law of attraction, everything's being heard, right? And it's bringing back, it's helping, people who are already seeking self-help genre. But there are people who are there never heard of self-help or spiritually aware, like they don't understand that. So it's my thing that I can incorporate because that's my nature is trying to get people into self-help, and I will convert them. Okay, that's kind of. But so the Monkey King, my family grew up with watching the Monkey King, and I remember when I was in elementary school. I don't know what grade what it was, either third or fourth, but I remember it was in a lunchroom, and they were bringing the Monkey King in there, and they're doing some trick or something, and I was like, oh shit, it's the Monkey King. But everybody, all the American kids don't even know, or white or black, whatever, they don't even know what it was. But I knew what it was. I was like, oh shit, I know what's that. I know what's that. So the Monkey King has the ability when he take out his hair, and he can. It's almost like ninjas, right? He can like just take his hair and he can multiply himself. Shadow clone, kind of like Naruto, right? Shadow clone jutsu, right? But how can this apply into our life? Well, usually, whether there aren't authors trying to sell their books, best-selling author, or being a best that you can be a best mother, or oftentimes the Monkey King don't like to conform. So conformity, like Earl Nightingale said, like a lot of people in this world, the average person conform to the rule. I think that rules and uh, system are good, but sometimes these rules can be very limiting, restricting of the human potential. We are here to expand our level of consciousness, our level of awareness, and of course, our level uh, of who we are as a human being. I think that's what we're here for. But oftentimes, the school system. Let's talk about the school system. When people conform, when people try to fit into a system or a school system, right? And what happened is, uh, they aren't bothered as much. But the misfit, the troublemaker, they get a lot of trouble. Like they don't like the way that it's being done. Just like entrepreneurs, they don't like what's being done, so they change it in a way. I think that what they say that entrepreneurs are trying to get their idea and turn it into reality, or entrepreneurs are to be able to bend reality to their will and shape their world to what it may be. I mean, may and change it, right? I think entrepreneurs are like, or anybody who's trying to impact or change the world, they're like alchemists. They're a change agent. They change the world, right? They've influenced this uh, reality by changing and incorporating ideas that could change the world. And I think that's the Monkey King. Monkey King changed a lot of aspect to the story, and oftentimes troublemakers often get in trouble a lot, as I do get in trouble a lot. I remember back in middle school, high school, I go into um, the security office. I would know every security people there, but I remember even their names, and I remember the name of in middle school. I don't know, man. Like, but in my mind, always, I never, I want it to be different. Though I do want to associate when I like anime or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm a nerd for. I think that we're all nerds. Actually, usually if you're either an expert or something, you're actually a nerd or a geek in some area, right? And that you are good at what you do. That's like we should be proud of that. I think that too many people have like this negative connotation to the word nerd and geek. And so the Monkey King principle, it's about being a misfit, not for the bad, but for the good. If you're a misfit, that means, of course, people don't like it, and so the misfits try to disrupt a system. Like, for example, law of attraction. There's a system. There's a certain type of knowledge that's going around that I don't like the way it's going, so I'm gonna disrupt it. It's my thinking because if I can disrupt that and change the way that people think, then they can go on to live, do whatever they do in life. I mean, people have their own life, and people have it's different level of awareness, a level of skills, or a level whatever they're here to do. I don't know, but the way that so basically, of course, the Monkey King. Okay, let's go to the core of the Monkey King. The mind, I like that, to have respect from heaven and hell, to equal heaven, right? You want to become the best at what you do, and be. I was just watching Bob Proctor. He said you gotta be hard to replace. You can't be replaced by this freaking machine that's going to uh, get a lot of people. What was it called? Deleting a lot of jobs, right? I think that American people are conformed to a lot of set rules and mindset, or Asian culture. Same, it's everywhere. It's not just America. It's everywhere. Conform to culture paradigms, and that paradigm need to shift, and you need to break that. I think that's why I like to talk about how the Asian culture should die. Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm not talking about the history. I'm not talking about not. Oh, I shouldn't say culture should die, but I'm saying the traditional thinking should die, not the culture. Oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. But anyway, so let's talk about it. When it comes to the Monkey King, the Monkey King is up. The Monkey King is also in the Drunken Mortal form. Drunken Boxing, right? Drunken Boxing, he's the immortal. And he's also in the Marvel. I didn't even know that. My brother told me about it. I was like, holy shit. So, for anybody who's dealing with hard time, that you can become, well, not become this character, but you have the, like, we all have it. We all have the ability to face adversity, challenges in our life. We are human beings. We done it when we were a kid. We done it now when we were adult. Um, and oftentimes saying what you meant to say. The hardest thing that I've ever done was to share my truth with my audience, because I know who's watching it. I know what impact that it had, because my audience and followers are mostly entrepreneurs, right, and authors, and some aren't, right. And of course, I know, and I get scared. I get really scared. People don't understand this. I get really scared because I know who's watching I know who's listening to my content. Okay, they can be high profile people, man. I'm scared as f, man, because they're high profile people, and I was like, oh god, man, like they're listening to my content, and that's very scary sometimes. Saying my opinions, because my opinions aren't the same as everybody else. I see uh things in a pattern. I see it as a whole. I try to incorporate things into what I see in my head, because I don't like to leave things out. I like to incorporate that into connecting the dots for me, because what is missing in the self-help genre and self-help stuff is missing all the curiosity of life. Because I'm curious by nature. I will watch some random stuff that most people don't even watch. And I wanted to incorporate anime or martial arts or stuff. So if they're into martial arts, or they're into anime, or they're into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or they're nerds or geek, I want to incorporate that to change their minds, because I think that these principles or self-help could change their life. I don't want them to rotten away their life. Uh, they could have. I was watching a video on Instagram of what's his name, Stan Lee, right? And he's like, he says, I don't remember exactly what he said. He's like, go for something that you want, and don't let that idiot talk you out of it. And that's a reminder of all of us that we should do something that it's of our in our best interest. But oftentimes, you should also give back to the world what you have learned, what you uh, what you uh, did do, uh, and achieve that certain type of success, and give back. Um, and also it's gonna come back, uh, but it's not gonna be coming back from whoever. It's gonna come back from someone somewhere else. That's how the universe work. Have you ever tried giving something out and it come back from someone? It actually work. That is how the universe work. It's just that we have to. It's a mindset change. It's like you think in a different way. Like the the way that self help change the mind. Um, a lot of people mind is to change the old paradigm that we had when we were a child, because all the thoughts, all the thing that we think in our life, we grew up with them. And that's how most Asian culture, they it's how, if they're not into self help, that is how they see the world, and that's how they shape their world. You're shaping your world by your belief, by the idea that you incorporate in your mind. You're shaping that each and every day by you inputting data in your mind. And to disrupt that, you need new data, new something in your life, or something that had happened that make you change your life. That's why I like the Monkey King. He is the all powerful, all immortal. He shattered a lot of belief system in the heavens and the hell. So that's why I love the Monkey King. And as so, I am Vietnamese, of course, but my grandma, um, I don't want to talk about that as much, but she speaks Cantonese, and sadly, I only had like what one friend that's Chinese. Oh my god. I wish I had more friends that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.